Hello all, welcome to the Tavern. Sit back, enjoy yourself, order an ale, have a go on the snooker table, whatever you feel like. I have a point of today's episode. Because recently I've been playing some Wild Hearts. You know, the fun sort of pseudo Monster Hunter-esque game. So I think I'd talk about my experiences with Monster Hunter. I thought that'd be a good topic for today. And my experience with Monster Hunter is that I've not really played the previous ones. Mainly due to the fact that, you know, it was never really my thing when I was younger. Until I took a gander at Monster Hunter World. I took a goosey gander at Monster Hunter World. I thought that looked fucking amazing. So I got myself a cheap copy. Like way afterwards. So I played it. You know, my first character being called Keanu, and then his little cat called Reeves. Yeah, it was my first character. And I completed the whole game, and I played the DLC too. I didn't do the what's it called, lands, the extra bit. I couldn't really be arsed with that shit. But I did the whole thing. I killed Charisvalda, all that shit. And I had a good experience with the game. To any of those who are wondering, my favourite monster is Rajang. I love that angry little monkey bastard. He's my favourite. I like the angry boys. Hello, Ninopolis. How goes it? Yes, I'm talking about my experiences with Monster Hunter today. And yes, I love the angry monsters. You know, like your Tigrex, your Rajang, just anything that's just pure anger. I love it. Nergigante's probably in there too, but he's more seething. He's more like a bit of a seething man. He's not really angry. He's actually quite good. He's quite a good monster in my opinion. Because when I first fought him, Rajang, is that I fought him and I fucking hated him. Because he's such a dick. He's such a dick. He just fucking smashes your shit. He's got like 2 different rage states. He can like insta kill your ass. But then I fought him again because I wanted all of his cool gear. I wanted all the cool weapons. I wanted all the cool the armor. And so that's what I did. I literally made one of every weapon that you could. Even the ones I don't even use, because I just fuck it, I want a Rajang version of it. And I basically just continuously just ran around in that Gucci Rajang drip. And so I don't know what it is. It's like he's my favourite due to, I don't know, just getting my head kicked in by him for so many times. Like, for example, Ninopolis, what's your favourite monster after the Monster Hunter series? Any monster will do. Like, it doesn't matter if doesn't have to have a fancy story, just one you like. In the meantime, yes, I tried playing Monster Hunter Rise, but I didn't really like it. I thought Rise was very, very different. I thought it was a lot damn easier, which was very fucking weird. It was way too weird. Plus, it was on the Switch as well. It's not anymore. It's, you know, you can get it on all sorts of things, but it's still weird. Still a weird game that I'm not a big fan of. I may come back to it again someday, but maybe once I've finished with Wild Hearts. Who's to say? But I've been playing Wild Hearts recently, and I've been quite enjoying it. Let's see. Monster Hunter Rise kind of sucked doo-doo. Yes. I really liked Rajang, Devil Joe, Lunastra has a cool design. Yeah, but the problem is, Lunastra sucks donkey ass. Like, so it sucks some serious donkey dick, because... Like the fight isn't fun. That's my problem. It's like Lunastra looks cool with all the blue fire and all that shit, but like... Lunastra as a fight just sucks ass. It's not a good fight. It's not a good fight. Now, don't get me wrong, you could probably, you know, learn it quite well, you know, to the point where you can smash it. But personally, I never really liked fighting it that much to spend the time becoming good. But I do respect your picks, you know, a good Rajang enjoyer, casual Rajang enjoyer. Devil Joe, yeah, it's another one of the angry boys. I can add him in there, the fucking deadly pickle. Probably gonna go with the Zenogre. That's a good choice. I quite like Zenogre myself. Well, do you mean Zenogre, or do you mean the draconic version of him? Because I kind of like the draconic version of him. Because all like the red lightning and the purple and the white, I think it's really cool. I think his design really benefits from that. But I do get you the Zenogre love. The Zenogre is, you know, it's quite an excellent monster. His fight's very interesting as well. The fact that if you knock his ass over, you can just start picking the little bugs off of his back. I didn't even think of that version. Damn it, no! You can't take it back now, you regular Zenogre. You're stuck with regular Zenogre. But, yeah, as I said, you can just pick the little bugs off his back and collect them. Because, well, that just makes sense, doesn't it? Because they're not exactly attached to him. They're just kind of in his fur. But yes, okay, this is a different question for you now, Nino. That one dragon with the fucking jet engines in Monster Hunter Generation was really... Well, as I was saying earlier in the stream, Nino, is that I haven't actually played the previous ones. I started with World because I never really had any interest beforehand. And so my experience with the previous versions of monsters, or monsters that haven't existed past that point, well, it's pretty much very, very low. Like, I don't really know that many of them. But hello, Ink. How goes it? We're discussing Monster Hunter today. I'd say you should probably play the previous games, but only if you can handle some archaic fucking gameplay. Well, I'd probably have I'd have an issue with that, because I've been spoiled by World. Like, I've been spoiled by World. Because, like, World is just, it's such a good version. No infinite whetstones. What the fuck? As I said, like, I've been playing some of that Wild Hearts, and they've actually done away with certain aspects of like Monster Hunter, like the things that people don't really like. For example, you don't actually have to sharpen your weapons. They just do them what they damage regardless. The time limit is only really on side missions, not on main missions, which I hated. I hate the 50-minute time limit. Sounds generous, but it's fucking not. Because some of those monsters, like I remember fighting I can't remember what it was. I think it was a collection of monsters. I remember fighting a collection of monsters, and I literally, like, the last minute finished it, and I was just like, I'm not doing that again. Well, casualised, I don't think that's a word, but Monster Hunter a lot, but it's still amazing. I'd say Monster Generation is one to try out because it's got the old school design, but it's got enough of quality of life. Well, that's what I mean. Is like I enjoy a good quality of life improvements. You know, this is probably why I didn't actually try some of the older ones, because from what I'd heard, that they are just archaic as fuck. But yes. Well, Ink, I know you haven't played the Monster Hunter games, which I know you've expressed some interest in them before. But what's your thoughts on this kind of thing? You know, I want to get everyone involved in the conversation. Don't want to leave anyone out. What's your thoughts on the monster hunting in general? Especially as someone who's quite interested in, you know, the sciencey stuff. I remember when 4 came out with the insect glaive and it broke the entire ecosystem. It was funny how overpowered it was. Well, that's rather interesting, because a lot of the weapons from like Wild Hearts seem like combinations of, you know, Monster Hunter weaponry. Yes, you have been learning about the ecology of the game. Yeah, you should be a biologist. Well, the thing is, you can capture monsters, so it's like, you don't have to actually kill them. Except for capturing them's kind of worse, because you beat the hell out of them. You literally kick 7 shades of shit out of them, then net them, and then you just take them back to the thing. You somehow still get stuff from them. I'm walking away with, you know, his medulla, and his and you know, several of his bones, and I'm just like, how? He's still alive. And then they probably just get put in the arena for you to fight later, and probably kill again. But anyway. But yes, there's always the option to capturing. Yes, capturing is generally better for you know, for stuff. Get more drops and a chance at a skull. Regular hunts don't give you that. Well, that's what I mean. You get extra stuff. You get extra stuff putting the effort in. It often as times it's actually easier to capture them than it is to just kill them, because all you have to do is just wait for the. That does sound kind of messed up, yeah. As I said, you don't actually have to just like fully kill them. You just wait until they've got like the little skull thing over their little status bar. It's just making the traps and remember to put them in the event. Well, yeah, that's what I mean. Is that all you need is just a few traps. Always bring more than you think you're gonna need, because you know something will always mess up. And then just bring a massive load of trank bombs, and then you're done. I've always hated that you can't capture Elder Dragons. Now, some of them make sense, like Zora Magdaros. I'm not going to be the one who's carting him to go back to base. Where the hell are we going to keep him? But like some of them, like they're really small. Like why can't I capture myself a Kirin? I want to capture myself a Kirin. It's not happening. It's just really weird. But yes, oh yes, I talking about the Monster Hunter series, I recently got a tattoo of Rajang. Got my angry boy inked upon my skin, and then I immediately just booked another fucking appointment, and I was just like, fuck it, I'm in there. I'm in there. You can't stop me. I have a problem, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, speaking of which, you know, Ninopolis, you have experience with the Monster Hunter series. What is the name of that monster with the tail who's like really, you know, he's like sharp, but then he also like sets it on fire. Like, you know, he like sets it on fire and he swings it around and stuff like that. I can't remember he looks kind of like Godzilla. Okay, on the thought of where you'd even keep some of them, what if they made a Monster Hunter Zookeeper game? Well, the thing is, there is actually a Monster Hunter Pokemon game that might interest you, Ink. Is that, you know, it's Monster Hunter Stories and Stories 2. Like they're basically just Pokemon. You just collect different monsters. You can raid the nests, the nests. Raid the nests. Yeah, Glavenus, that's the one. Thank you, Ninopolis. I should make sure to give you a reward later. Yeah, so it's like you collect, you raid the nests. You find good eggs. You can find good eggs and then get monsters. There's even like a system of like, oh no, this monster's good at this. Like you counter it with something like, I think it's like strength, skill. Fuck, there's a third one. But anyway, they each counter each other, so you've got to like bring out the right kind of monster. I want to have a problem and get inked from top to bottom, but my artist can't set appointments for shit. I'm looking for a different shop. I want an okay tattoo, damn it. That's not bad though. That's not a bad shout. Well, we're only 20 minutes in, but I'm gonna get this ahead of time. I want everyone currently in the stream to think of any sort of questions, statements. I want you to get them all ready for the final 10 minutes. I don't want no times where no one's got nothing. I want everyone to be prepared. But yes, the tattoo I booked in is actually to get a Glavenus because I found a fucking amazing design. And it's going to act as a cover-up because there's a certain tattoo that I'm not going to tell anyone about that I've been wanting to get covered up for ages, and I've talked to me guy at the shop. And he said, you know, he says he can do it. Also on the Pokemon comparison, golly, that makes me realise, bruh, I would 1,000% be more compelled to complete the Pokédex if I could just put monsters I catch just for completion in like a zoo. Yeah, that makes sense. Oh, for some reason in the Monster Hunter Stories games, like for some reason instead of just calling them monsters, they call them monsties, like all cute like for some baffling fucking reason. Like I don't get it. I genuinely don't get it. But anyway. Yes, but I definitely, you know, go check them out if, you know, the Monster Hunter Stories games, if possible. Because I think they're a Nintendo exclusive. Oh, look at the little genocidal monstie. Yes, they're called monsties. I don't know why. It's really weird when I see this giant hulking monstrosity, and I'm just like, oh, that's Greg. That's my little monstie. Tickle him under the chin. He sits there just undulating. The first thing I wanted to do, because I knew where to find one, because when I was playing Monster Hunter Stories 2, like a while ago, the first thing I wanted to do is that I'm getting my ass a Tigrex. I'm getting my ass a Tigrex. Because I found one, because you can occasionally find, like, what they call royal monsters, where it's like just a really powerful monster, like ahead of the area you're in. But instead of just fighting it and capturing it, I have to fight it and then make it run back to its nest so I can find the nest in order to grab said egg. And I'm just like, this is a lot of fun. This is a lot of steps. I ended up almost dying. Like I fought him like 3 times, died 2 times, and almost died on the 3rd. And when I put on all the gear to make him flee, like I did everything I possibly do to make him flee back to his nest, the fucker just went, nah, I'm just gonna die. He doesn't respawn. No Tigrex for me. Fuck it up. Fuck. But yes, like I've been quite enjoying Wild Hearts. It's bringing back that sort of Monster Hunter feeling. I will say some of the early monsters are a bit weird, because the first fucking monster you fight is like a big rat, but just it's got like a massive like plant for a tail. Like all the monsters seem to be like somewhat natural. Like at least for the first couple of monsters, like they all seem to be like made of some sort of plant matter. You know, like the first one is like he's called Rage's Tail, and he's just like he's a big rat with a big sort of club-like tail. He's got like a flower on his face. The second one was called a Sap Scourge, and he just exudes tree sap everywhere. And then the third one, which is my personal favourite, is King Tusk, and he's fucking the size of a planet, and I'm just sat there poking him with a stick. Oh, hello, Mr. Whiskers. You were here earlier. You were here earlier, but you weren't able to join in properly. The big rat that makes all the rules. Well, that's the weird thing, is that like a lot of these, like, they're called kimonos in the game for some reason. But they, like, a lot of them big ones, they can like affect the environment around them. For example, the Sap Scourge, it just exudes sap everywhere and creates like sap traps to capture things. Like it just randomly just goes, nah, you're mine now. You're in my sap. And the King Tusk, which does actually the worst, he just creates giant roots to create like nests and territories for himself. Only problem is that he doesn't give a shit if there's anything there already, so he'll just destroy entire towns because he wants to snooze there. But enough about Wild Hearts. I think it's very interesting game, and if you had interest in it before, then go for it. But if you didn't, it doesn't matter. But anyway, what kind of subjects would my kind audience like to talk to you about today? I've done about 25 minutes of Monster Hunter. I'm open to some suggestions for things. Otherwise, I could probably I've got some other subjects that I could probably talk about. That's cool. Seeing video game creatures have a tangible effect on the environment adds a lot of immersion points. Well, that's what I mean. Is like you can often just see King Tusk just walking about, and like over gaps he can't get past. Like he can't just like step over. He just creates big like root bridges for him to walk over, and then destroys them as soon as he's done. He actually makes a tangible effect. Pigs can make igloos. Talk about pig intelligence. I don't really know that much about pig intelligence. Like the specific things that they are good at. Like I know they are quite intelligent and very empathetic creatures. Like they're very they're very emotionally intelligent as well as actually intelligent. Which is weird because they just roll around in mud all day. Golly, I'm not even surprised. Pigs love to dig, and they are indeed really clever animals. Well, yes, there's a lot of animals that are very close to human intelligence. The humble octopus, for example, they have a lot more intelligence than they probably should. Which is very odd because they don't live that long. They get eaten by a lot of different things, and also they just don't seem to like. They're like bad at living but they look like the highest intelligence going. I don't know what's going on. Oh yeah, they are way too intelligent, emotional to treat the way they are. Treat the worst of any real meat animal. Well, that's the thing, is that they're intelligent as well as being emotionally intelligent, but they're treated just like any other cattle. It is a bit weird. For example, with a cow doesn't really know what's going on. Like, they can have a certain amount of intelligence, but like they mostly just like, you know, they're mostly just oblivious to things. Fun fact: cows are treated somewhat well in farms, as treating them well makes the meat better, and so or valuable. I'm assuming you meant the meat better and or valuable. Well, that makes sense, you know. Hyenas are another animal in that unexpectedly smart category. Spotted hyenas are about as smart as primates. That's intriguing. Honestly, a lot of animals are smarter than we often give them credit for, in general. That is true. There's a lot of animals that are like smarter than we. But I think the problem is that we've kind of we've kind of like cornered the market on intelligence, and we've just said we are most intelligent without considering the intelligence of other creatures. There was a study recently that strongly implies bumblebees play. I think I've seen that. I think I did. I believe I saw that study. It sounds familiar. I did also see that study where they like apparently, like I think it's during, like if you just switch off the lights, that like bees just drop out of the sky. They just don't care. Honestly, freaking everything is smarter than you think. Than most think. Yes. As I said, we've just sort of like cornered the market on it, and we're just, you know, and we're just hogging all the intelligence and just saying that we have it all. When in reality, there's a lot of creatures out there that have, you know, decent amount of intelligence. You know what? I think we're at the I think we're about the halfway point. I think let's get a buggy fact from our own Inside Ray. I believe let's get a buggy fact in. Yeah, we're on that sort of topic, so let's get a buggy fact going. Oh yes, the bees play and can recognise different faces. Additionally, they have emotions. Well, that's the thing, is like some insects can, but some insects can't. For example, like spiders, they have like a serious issue with the fact that they will never quite recognize you. Like if you put your hand out to a tarantula, like every day, it will never recognize the hand. It will never recognize that you are its keeper, for example. You are the one that's looking after it. It will never recognize you. It's something about the. It's something about their brains. It's like they have trouble with pattern recognition. I don't know. They just seem to have some sort of issue with it. Like every time they just see you as a big hand. I'm freaking imagine some. And fucking count. Also, yes, spiders are solitary creatures, so they're designed to be social. Like, well, that's what I mean. Is like they have trouble with like any sort of social behaviour at all. Like, don't get me wrong, you can find like tarantulas that are very, that are very friendly, and will allow you to just pick them up because they just don't really care. But then on the other hand, a tarantula you've kept for years will still probably try to kill you if it's like an old world. I really want to get a jumping spider. I really want to get one because like they're really cute, but they only live for like a year, and I'll feel devastated. Silverfish can live for several years and continue to molt even as adults. I've had quite a few silverfish infestations, and yeah, those things get massive. Yeah, that's the thing, is like most when people think bug, people think like insects or, you know, arachnids, things of the type. They think small. They think little wee things that just sort of scuttle about. They don't realise how big some of these things could get, given the right conditions, of course. You could say that actually about almost any creature, like given the right conditions, like they can grow massive. For example, like the crocodile, the alligator, the thing like that. Like if given the right conditions, they can just become massive because they can just grow basically throughout their entire life. They can just keep going. They're just like, oh, you guys stop at like, you guys stop when you're an adult. What's the point of that? I'm going to keep going. As long as I've got nourishment, nutrition, a safe environment, I can just keep getting bigger and bigger. It's like that crocodile called Gustav, who's just massive. He's like the size of a bus, and he just exists. He's also a man-eater, you know, because he can't hunt normally, so he just has to hunt people. Big bugs are so cool. Small bugs are neat too, but there's something about seeing a really big, huge, large one. No, that's what I mean. It's like the big ones generally are more interesting compared to, you know, the tiny little ones. Don't get me wrong. As I said, I do like little tiny ones. This is why I want a jumping spider. Because they're so small and they're so curious. They're so little curious creatures because they're always like looking around and just being interested in everything. And they are just not aggressive at all. They have like no aggression in them at all. They're either interested and curious about everything, or they're scared. And that's it. That's all they've got. They're just so weirdly friendly. But yes, the big bugs are very interesting. As for the problem-solving spiders, Ema mentioned Portia, genus of the sponge spider. They all can learn new technique for problem-solving, unlike humans. Don't repeat mistakes. Just slagging off the entirety of humanity, rather. I think you can see my details interesting, because they feel less fragile. Yeah, but the problem is that even if they are massive, they're like the size of a dinner plate, they're huge, they are still fragile. You have to be careful with them. You still do have to be careful with them, because just because they have an exoskeleton doesn't mean that they're not fragile. You just hold a this is why they advise that you do not handle your tarantulas if you own them. Is that if you pick them, even if you pick them up and they scuttle off and they fall, that fall will kill them. Oh yes, they are, but at least I can freaking see them. It takes a certain practice finesse to hold tiny bugs safely. Well, they do have those entomology grips, I believe they are. They're like little sort of tongs. They've got like little spongy bits on the end, so you can like hold them with a decent grip without hurting them. Yeah, I don't pick them up. I just let them crawl on my hand if they feel comfortable. Yeah, that's probably the best sort of way to go for it. Don't force them, because they won't know what's really happening. Because suddenly they're just going about their day, gonna go get a newspaper, go check the scores, and then suddenly they've just been picked up by some giant unknowable beast that they can't even see all of it in one go. They can only see like small portions of it at a time. It's like the the Kratos versus Kronos fight in God of War 3. It's very similar to that. Imagine some Eldritch horror picking me up when I'm out. Well, that's what I mean. It's like imagine you just bumming around your house, or you go down to shops, and then suddenly you're just being picked up by something. You don't know what it is. You can't see it properly. You can only see small portions of it at a time. And you just have no idea what's going on. I've never actually used the little tweezers. I've never trusted my control over them. Instead, I've just got really good at precisely gripping really tiny things with things. Well, that's what I mean. If you are good with that, but as I said, the entomology tweezers are generally better, but that's more if you don't want to use your hands, especially with, your more deadly insects. You definitely need the tweezers because you don't want them anywhere near you. But as I said earlier in the show, is that I hope all of you have been gathering questions, things like that. Questions, statements, jokes, anything like that. Because we've got about 10 minutes or so before the last 10 minutes of madness. Letting the bug walk onto you is actually solid advice, safer and less likely to make them feel stressed and threatened, since they are just assuming you are the ground. Well, that's what I mean, is like, if you wish to observe them, just allow them to come onto your hand, and then, just move your head closer to the hand. Don't move the hand, because that'll freak them out a little bit. I do even grip the tiny ones. I mean, they are so small, the slightest pressure can hurt them, thinking of below a centimetre. I don't know, you'd have to probably use like a microscope. Probably put them in like a little dish. Put them in like a little sort of dish and observe them with a microscope. If I catch a leaf hopper, I can catch a similar. You can grip with 3 fingertips and the space between there using the bug one where the bug was. Well, as I said, there's everyone has their different tactics, but if the really small ones, it might be worth getting some sort of. I don't know. I'm not an entomologist. Really tiny, I picked up by trapping them against one finger beneath my thumbnail, which I admittedly are very long. Well, there's nothing wrong with that. There's absolutely nothing wrong with it. My fingernails do grow. My nails in general just grow really quickly. I have to be trimming them all the time. Wait, how are you catching leaf/grasshoppers? Ink is... She's like a predator. She's got those gecko eyes, where she just locks in. So, she knew. She probably does something similar to I remember when I had a leopard gecko, and I would chuck some food in for it, and I'd just watch it, and it would sit there locked eyes on it. It locks eyes on it, and then it just sort of slowly moves slightly further closer, and then you saw its tail start to move, and its whole body, like similar to a cat, its tail would start to wag. And then suddenly it would pounce. Below a certain size, all grasping ability goes out the window, though, and I just gotta let them crawl on you, or do the cop paper trick thing really quickly. I've caught a few, but then apparently they get stressed, so trapping is easier. Yeah, generally. As a kid, I caught bugs a lot, and for trained my eyes to be more sensitive to motion and learned to stalk like a cat. when I was saying this, I wasn't actually joking. I do apologise for coughing. I wasn't actually joking. Like Ink is some sort of predator. She has learned the ways. I'm just imagining you in your front garden, just on all fours, just leopard crawling across the grass, trying to get a leaf hop. Oh god. The motion thing was trained in me because I was blind. Now I can see slightest motion in the corner of my eye. Were you blind? Was this when you were younger? Did you have Oh yeah, she mentioned this, that you have like 2400 vision or something like that, which is very. I remember you saying something like that. Until like someone noticed and finally got you glasses. I lock on and approach slowly, careful not to make a noise or stumble, and slowly reach out without letting my shadow fall on them, and then close the distance slowly by like literally, you are describing what it is to be a predator. You're literally describing a. Oh golly gee. I swear some of the things you come out with, Ink. I swear some of the words and phrases you come out with. Oh, just to answer you, Ink. Go, arst is a verb. You cannot tell me otherwise. It is definitely a verb. You just, I don't. It's an idiom. Like you can't get around it. It works on everything, even dragonflies. Oh, fair enough. If it works, it works. I find bait is ridiculously effective for catching bugs, but just Google what they like and also do the predator stalky thing. Wait, dragonflies? Wait. No, Whiskers, you stay here. The stream's not over yet. There you go. The bell does not let you go. I do. Oh no, I do not doubt it's a verb. It was new to me and I wanted to learn. Oh, that's fair enough. As I said, idioms can be a bit confusing. For example, some languages is like, they don't actually have idioms at all. Like, idioms just don't make sense to them at all because their languages are very literal. So, like, idioms would not translate at all. Like, they'd have no chance. Find us to try later. Yes, you will. You sit there, sir. I did start a bit late today, like a couple of minutes late. So I think we'll end a couple of minutes early. Keep things on track. Yes, dragonflies, D-flies and flies are hard tier bugs though. Oh yes, you gotta start on the easy ones. Find some slugs first. Yes, I get flies, but dragons are a lot more anxious. Yeah, generally. They're very very jumpy. Flies is easy for me. I guess my skin secretes something they like. Do you just secrete like bacon grease or something? What's going on? What's going on, Whiskers? What are you secreting? Have a literal higher frame rate than us actually. They have a higher frame rate. They've got that the G4X. G4X, they got that powerful graphics card. Like, they're smashing it. We're still on somewhere from 2010. I don't know. Apparently, I have a hormone that bees and wasps are attracted to. That is a bit weird. That is just a bit weird. You're just built for this shit. What are you secreting? Real sentence. Chick said today. Yeah, thinking about it, I said that without even like questioning what I just said. I was just like, what are you secreting? Tell me your secrets. I wish to know what your skin secretes. And yes, I'm sure dragons also have like 95% success rate when hunting. Oh, that's pretty good. No, like actually their vision effectively functions as a higher frame rate that lets them see motion better. Well, but the thing is, there's a lot of animals that like see in obviously different ways. For example, like they like all sorts of different animals like see in different frame rates. For example, some see like cats, for example, they're very good with motion, so like they've got a higher frame rate than us. Dogs have a, I think a bit closer to us. I think that theirs might be slightly lower. Who's to say? Yeah, dragons are like the most effective hunters due to the frame rate and additionally ridiculous speed and maneuverability. Oh yeah, they're like the bug version of a VTOL. Those motherfuckers, you know, they're like little dogfighting machines. I love the bugs topic today. Well, today was actually meant to be the Monster Hunter topic, but you guys just sort of, you know, co-opted the whole fucking stream. Like you just took over my whole. You just took over my whole stream with bug facts. I asked for one bug fact. I asked for one buggy fact from our own ink, but it's turned into a whole fucking subject. This always happens when you're around ink. Damn you. Bugs are always fun, man. Well, they are. Bugs are interesting to a certain degree. So anyway, you can't contain the bug facts, no. No, you bastard. You bastard, Whiskers, you can't do this to me. Question, does Monster Hunter have buggies? Yes, it does. It has some, you know, a lot of them are very small. Like, well, I say small in compared to the giant T-Rex. But, like, they are, you know, they're small enough. But there are some actually large bug creatures. There is actually a specific race of, I think they're more closer to arachnids. But yes, they do. Which actually, interestingly, they cover themselves in the skin of their prey in order to do something. I'm not 100% sure what they do with that. I don't know if it's to make themselves look bigger or if it's to hide themselves. Make it harder for their prey to spot them. I spent way too many years reading encyclopedias on bugs. Well, yes, bugs can always be interesting. Bugs are always interesting. But Whiskers, I'm gonna make this a fucking rule. I go, don't derail the whole fucking stream with bug facts. You get a maximum of two bug facts a stream. Otherwise, every stream will be a bug stream. It's not happening. Understood. I'm mostly kidding. I'm mostly kidding about, but like, I'd rather not like every, you know, like stream turn into a bug fact stream. So like, you know, I'll ask for a good buggy fact every so often, but like, you know, I just don't want every topic to turn into bug facts. Like, I'd rather not be a bug fact channel. Oh yes, the disguised spiders are remembered unnatural systems channel. Yes. As I said, like they do exist. If I remember correctly, they prey on Kezus, I believe. Kezus are just really weird. They're just like big albino penises. And they're genuinely just fucking weird. They've got no eyes. They've got, like, no nose. They've just got a mouth, a really long, weirdly shaped, like, neck. They've got wings for some goddamn reason. It's just 7-minute warning. Alright. Alright, bash all your questions at me. Throw everything you've got at me. Alright. Quick fire round here. Go on, I'm expecting them. I warned you ahead of time. I gave you. Why is it better to be a grasshopper than a cricket? I don't know. Maybe cricket's boring. As a sport, it's kind of bad. And grasshoppers, you know, can play instruments. Or is that cricket? Is that cricket that makes that noise? Jake, how big is your willy? What's your poo smell? Damn it, Ninopolis. Damn it. I'm not doing it. You've been saving these up. You've been quiet the whole stream. You've been saving these up. Because grasshoppers can play cricket, but crickets can't play grasshopper. Ah, damn you. Can spit foul chemicals and bite. I don't think King quite got that one. Jake, how big is your poo and what does your willy? Damn it, Ninopolis. No. He's probably been here lurking the whole fucking time. And he's just like he's just jumped back in for the lightning round. I was playing Weeb Dungeon Crawler in the corner. Jake, favourite horror game? Ooh, you've got to stop coming out with these good ones. Oh, I couldn't tell you. Like, off the top of my head, I couldn't tell you. I quite like Silent Hill. I love a good Resident Evil. But there's some of the more obvious ones. I'm thinking of anything really good. I remember playing this game called The Park once. It was quite good. Oh yeah, people don't seem to expect dumb jokes from me. Well, I don't know. It's because often your jokes have like a... They seem like they're not going to be a joke, and then like you're not helping yourself. You're like disguising your jokes. Come on, people. We're running out of time. Many questions have you got? Questions, statements, jokes. You can insult me if you like. I really don't care. Actually, one best era of it. Silent Hill, Resident Evil. Heretic. Alright, Whiskers. Alright. What's your favourite horror game? What's your favourite horror game? Resident Evil or Silent Hill? Actual one, best era of video games. Ooh, I'll quickly answer I'm gonna go with Resident Evil. Personally, I played it a lot more when I was younger. But anyway, the best era of video games. I'm thinking PlayStation 2 era. By that sort of time. Favourite horror might have been either Resident Evil 7 or Alien Isolation. Alien Isolation's a good one. The technology they built for the Alien is quite good. I will say the game itself is kind of a bit annoying sometimes because the Alien doesn't really have set patterns, so like you can't really predict. If you don't say PS2, you're wrong. I already said it. Get fucked, Nina. You could spin on this, motherfucker. I was going to say, like, the PS2 is like probably the greatest era, because it just had some of the best games going. Oh yeah, the game itself is annoying, but I love the Xenomorphs. Well, yes, the Xenomorphs are always interesting from like a biological and ecological standpoint, because they generally are quite interesting. But the game, as I said, the game itself is a bit annoying. But alright, I'll field a couple more questions and then we're gonna have to, boot it down for the night. Pet scorpion, pet spider. I've already had pet spiders, so... Oh, come on, Ink. I gave you plenty of time. I asked at the start of the stream everyone to get their questions ready. Pet spiders. I'd have to go with spider because I'm more familiar with them. I'm not coming up with Elder Scrolls or Fallout. Oh, don't make me choose. I'd have to say Fallout. I like the post-apocalyptic setting more than I like the fantasy setting. But Oblivion is one of my favourites. Jake, would you touch a live wasp? I have touched a live wasp before. It wasn't live for long. It was kind of like on its last legs, but like, yeah. But yes, I have touched a live wasp before. I live next to a fucking... I live next to like a wasp's nest that I can't do anything about because it's not on my property. And the person who... The persons whose property it is don't give a shit. I remember getting stung by a bee once. It was on the bottom of my foot. I stood on it by accident. It's only the once, the time I just mentioned, like getting stung on the bottom of my foot by a bee. Because as I said, I accidentally stood on it because I was walking around the grass at my childhood home, like without my shoes on because I'm a moron. 3 wasps, 2 bees, and 2 hornets. That's very specific. Oh, cool. Woody will hunt a wasp nest above our door, and then they actually were really chill, but I love them with it. Well, the thing is, I'm fine with wasps. Like, you just live however you like. But like the fact that they specifically seem to have an attraction to my house. So like during the summer when they're really active, I can't open my front door at night. When the night goes down, I cannot open my front door. Wood or stone houses? Oh, I've got to say I do quite like a wood. I like the wood texture. But stone does have its place. Does have its place. All right, I think I'll field one more. I want one from ink. I want a good one from ink. No one else. I don't want to hear any questions from anyone else other than ink. I want to hear a good one from ink. I mean, they are really stingy towards me, so I can't afford to keep wasps around. Bees fine, but I can't do wasps. Yeah, wasps are kind of dicks, just generally. Like they're kind of just dicks. I think the worst part is that they don't really do anything. Like from a ecological point, they don't really do anything other than being like predatory. But like, there's a lot of predatory insects out there. Oh, fucking hell! I'm getting blown up. But yes, as I said, from like an ecological standpoint, like they don't really do anything. They don't really have a purpose. As I said, other than the predatory nature, but there's like a lot of ones that do that. Like at least bees, they have a point. First, shut the fuck up, this wasp slander. Alright, Ink. Give me evidence. They're dual predators and pollinators and scavengers. Triple dudes. Okay, predators. A lot of insects can do that. Pollinators. Bees already do that. And scavengers. Pretty much every predatory insect does that anyway. Like, Jake, if you keep discussing it, I'm gonna discuss it. We won't see the 5-star question Ink has cooking. So triple duty. I'm telling you, they don't really have a point. Like especially hornets as well. Like hornets can get fucked. By the way, come on, Ink. You're up on the plate. You've got a minute. You've got a minute to bash me with a question. Come on, you got one solid minute. I'm not letting this stream end without a solid question from Ink. Wasps are pretty good at though. They're really active animals and live in large groups and necessitate a lot of hunting. Quick note, as much as they hate me, wasps are still quite vital and they prevent others from stealing their niche. Yeah, but as I said, like, what are your thoughts on beans? What kind of beans specifically? Because there's a lot of types of beans. But generally I kind of like them. They're alright. I like them on toast. I'm really bad at initiating small talk. It's not really small talk. It's more just like, just randomly ask a question. Literally anything you want. But as I said, like I quite like them on toast. They're really sort of like good on anything, really. You know, like like your baked beans. They're quite good. If you just need I think lentil, pea, pinto, black bean. I don't know, they're all very, very, they all have their place. Unlike the wasp. The wasp can just go out, just be extinct. But anyway, to finish the stream now on that wasp slander. That has been a very good stream. And I've quite enjoyed chatting with you all. I hope you've had some fun. And as per usual, I don't care if you I don't care if you don't want to like, subscribe, follow, I don't care. As long as you've had some fun, that's all that matters. Yes. Have a nice day/evening to everyone. And no, I don't have any final words other than that. I think I shall end on that. And I shall see you all later. On Thursday, actually, specifically Thursday. I've set out a schedule, so shall see you all Thursday. I go, bye.